Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Hey, Brat, number one. You're number one tonight, girl. Good evening, PG. Much love. Hey, girl. God bless. Much love. Much love to all y'all. Um, Brat, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Summer's Army. Amen. Amen. Davis, number two. There we go. Number two. It's Davis. Miss Justice, 1111. Number three, hey PG, hey PG. Good to see you. Good to see you in here, sweetie. And let's see. All right, crazy retired lady, number four. God bless. Hello, everyone. God bless. Good to see y'all. Oh, that is so sweet. God bless you, sweetie. God bless you. It's good to see all you guys in here tonight. Absolutely. God bless. Hey, Patty, good to see you. Oh, there's Crooked Arrow. I'm just here to listen. I hope so. Um, right. Hey, Linda, how you doing? How you doing, sweetie? Ruby Rainmaker, good to see you. Australia, there you are. There you are, girl. God bless. Good to see you in here. Solomon, how you doing? Suzanne, how you doing, sweetie? Let me see. And Chris, there's Janet. How you doing, hun? The other Sharon, how you doing? Oh, there's Nene. How you doing tonight, Nene? Suzanne. There's Karen. Good evening. How is everyone doing today? Summer's Army. Amen. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Purple hearts, prayer hands. God bless. All right. I'm trying to get as many people as I can, you guys. Mills, how you doing, sweetie? There's Lisa Thompson. Ruby Rainmaker says, hey, everybody. Hello, hello. Brandy, how you doing, sweetie? Oh, that is beautiful, Nene. God bless. Okay, a lot going on out there, right? I understand that Dolly, is supposed to be able to be going home pretty soon. If he hasn't already. I heard that he's doing good and was they're thinking of sending him home, releasing him from the hospital. Let us still keep him in our prayers. Let us still keep him in our prayers. Um, also, um, also, Ernie, Ernie is free. Ernie is no longer incarcerated. He is free. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Amen. So he's out. He's out, you guys. And also, Smiley, let us keep her. I believe it's her mother. Let us keep her mother in our prayers. Um, Also, a lot. She's been keep Smiley in your prayers also too, because Smiley's been going through a lot. So let us keep the prayers going up for her. You know, sometimes they ain't no words that we can say to make someone feel better, but I'll tell you who can. God Almighty. And when you pray for someone in the name of Jesus to God, well, it lets Jesus or an angel wrap their arms around that human and comfort them. So let us pray for these people. Let us pray that God and Jesus and the angels do what we can't, you guys. all of these guys, you know, they definitely need prayer. So let's keep them going up for them. And I was worried about Ernie. I was worried about Ernie because, you know, he's just barely getting his health back as well. And I'm so glad that he's out and able to continue. I was very worried that he might get in there and go downhill. So, you know, I was glad to see he's back out and able to continue, you know, building his health as well. You know, that is prayers answered, you guys. Those are prayers answered. And we got to keep praying. We got to keep praying for folks. Prayer's the best gift. The best gift you can give anyone is prayer. It's free. Don't cost a dime. Don't cost a dime, but it is the best gift in the world. I'm telling you, all the good things in life, let me tell you, baby, they are for free. The best things in life are free. Spending time with someone is free. And it means more to someone than anything else does. Praying for people free. And it means more than anything for people to pray for you. Everything is free. The most beautiful sight you'll ever see is right outside your door. Right outside your door. God's art. You know, it's God's art. I know that, you know, a lot of us go to, you know, we'd like to go to the, you know, art museums and exhibits and all of that. You know, I like art too. I like art. But, you know, and I think, you know, I think most people like art because it strikes up conversation. You know, if like you could have 20 people looking at the same exact piece of art, and all 20 seem to see something different, right? I mean, they all have different opinions of what's going on in that painting. So I think that's what really amuses people is, you know, is a piece of art, you know, has different meanings, to different people. And so, but God's art is the best, and it's real. It's real. You can walk on it, right? You can touch it. It's real. You can walk up and, you know, you can smell the roses, you know, the tulips, all the flowers. You can, you know, you can climb the tree. You can't do that in a painting. Can't do that in a painting, right? We get to walk around. We get to walk around in God's art. So, and it don't cost a dime. It's all free. You don't have to pay to get in, right? You don't have to pay to get in, and you don't cost you nothing to bring it home, right? To my understandings, he's supposed to gotten out today. He was supposed to gotten out today. Now I don't know if, you know, this just they haven't. I don't know if they, you know. I heard he's out. I heard he's free. I don't know. They said he's still in custody. They said he's still in custody. I heard he's out. Would they have could they have put him in? Is it possible to release someone and then put them in there? I wouldn't think so. It's to my understanding he's free. That he got out today. That's what word came to me, that he's out. It was over an old charge. It was over an old charge. It was a misunderstanding. It was actually a misunderstanding. He's still in custody. Okay. Well, when I get off of here, I'll see what I can. I'm going to check into that because to my understanding, he was supposed to be released today. Oh, there was a hold on him. So so basically, he was transferred. He was transferred over into Kentucky. He was transferred over into Kentucky. I don't know. I'll check it. I'll check it on tonight. I'll check on it when I get out of off of here. I'll check on it. I'll see exactly what's going on. Because of to my understanding, um he was supposed to be released. He was supposed to be released today. Um okay. Okay. So even if someone cleared something up in one place, he had a hold in Kentucky. Mm. All right. That makes sense. I didn't know about Kentucky. Okay. Okay. Well, it looks like he's going to have to get transferred and then um bailed out in Kentucky also as well. Oh man. Yeah, yeah, Dolly's been through a lot. Dolly has been through a lot, you all. Um, I don't know. I don't know. That's why it's good. It's good to watch your diet. It's good to watch your diet, you guys. I mean, you should eat a lot of cooked and baked foods. Like, stay away from fried food. Stay away from fried foods. A lot of grease. You don't want to eat a lot of grease. That's for sure. Or a lot of butter, mashed potatoes, things like that. You want to try to stick to, rice and try to stick to rice and things that, um, baked potatoes, rice, stuff like that. Um, I know the fried foods and everything, that's good food, right? Fried chicken, buttered up mashed potatoes, you know, that coleslaw, you know, man, with you get that coleslaw with that grated carrots and tomato and all, doused up and some good freaking mayo and salt and stuff. God, it's good eating. But that stuff is bad. It's bad for, it's bad for the inside of you. You got to stay, you got to eat a lot of fruit and vegetables and there's nothing really wrong with baked chicken. If you're going to I do a lot of baked food and a lot of cook. I like to cook chicken, right? I cook chicken, make noodles or dumplings on it. I try to stay away from fried food. I haven't. I don't think I haven't ever ate a lot of food in my life anyway. Um, you know, just enough to keep me going. I definitely, eat to live. I don't live to eat. Um, I don't really like food. You know, that's the one thing I always liked about, going to heaven is I didn't think that you would have to eat there. I didn't ever like really eating anyway. So, um, but some people love food. I come from a what they call a hillbilly family. I come from a big old hillbilly family, and they love their fried food and bacon grease, right? I mean, man, they'd have a freaking, they'd have a, they have a freaking pint size um, jar of bacon grease in the refrigerator, right? Get it out and put big old spoonsful in this and big spoonsful in that, and take bacon grease and pour it over top of the lettuce and stuff. And it's like, whoa, you know, I didn't ever do that. I didn't ever do that stuff. It's good. Don't get me wrong. I've tried it. It's good. But I don't do it. I'm like, I can't do it. I don't like a lot of grease. Yeah, a lot of people love food. A lot of people love food. That's true. They got some good food, just because I don't like eating a whole lot. I'm weak when it comes to sweets. When it comes to cake and cookies and donuts, and when it comes to sugar, oh man, I'm going to tell you something. Um, it's hard for me to pass it up. It's hard. It's hard for me to pass up sugar. I love desserts. I love pie and cake and cookies and you know. But when it comes to regular food, just regular old food, I can pass that up. I can keep going. Just take me to the dessert table and turn me loose. I like I like sugar. That's for sure. Hey girl, good to see you, hon. Good to see you. Molly, I think I gained 10 pounds just by PG talking about this food. Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. Um, a lot of people, I mean, my kids love food. My kids love, food. The only problem is they think that, I'm running a restaurant. This one wants to order up a cheeseburger and, some French fries, and another one wants to order up, a big spaghetti dinner, and another one wants to order up, something different, something else, and I'm like, can I have, tacos? Can I have a cheeseburger? Can I have some spaghetti? And it's like, you know, do you see a menu? Do you see a menu laying on the table? I don't think so. There's no menu on the table. It ain't, I ain't running no restaurant. Wow. They have you stand in the kitchen for like 5 hours, right? For 5 hours, making 15 different things so they can, get what they want. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. How about you guys pick like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and we'll have, what you want on Monday, and you want on Tuesday, and what you want on Wednesday, and what you want on Thursday, right? And then I end up making a freaking cheeseburger and some fries, and then I end up making, some freaking tacos because of already frying up hamburgers. So what's the problem with chopping a little bit of the hamburger up and so forth, right? And making some tacos. And then while I'm at it, well, if I chop some hamburger up to make tacos, why not make the other kid a little bit of spaghetti? And I'm going to tell you something. I'm spoiling them. I'm spoiling them. And and but I'm going to get even. I'm going to get even, you guys. One day I've got it planned. I've got it all planned out. One day I'm going to get even with them because I'm going to go to their house for dinner. I'm going to go to their house for dinner. And I'm going to tell their kids, what do all of you guys want for dinner? And I hope it's a lot of different things. And then I'm going to pick something different too. And I'm going to tell my kid This is what we want, right? Wait till I get my grandkids. I'm going to be like, you want a cheeseburger, don't you? And oh, I bet you love spaghetti, don't you? And I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, yeah. And I'm going to want a double chocolate cake because I don't necessarily like food. So and I'm going to expect my kid to make it all too. I'm going to be like, but hey, you mean you're not going to do for us what you wanted me to stand in the kitchen and do for you? Oh, hell yeah. You're going to get in there and do this. You're going to get in there and do this. There ain't going to be none of that. When I hear my kid tell its kid, is there a menu on the table? I'm going to be like, yeah, there is. It's invisible. You can't see it, but it's there. Remember when you told me that? Yeah. Yeah, my kids tell me that there's a ghost menu. I just can't see it. I'm going to make sure there's one on their table too, right? It's hard being diabetic. I'm going to tell you, if you're diabetic, the best thing is to bake and cook your foods. Absolutely. Um, and you know, and don't ever let no one tell you, to that you don't need your sodium. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you need your sodium. You absolutely need your sodium, folks. Don't let no one tell you that you don't, because you do. I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't get enough sodium in your body, like, I know a lot of people say, I can't eat a lot of salt and I can't, this and that. I'm going to tell you something. Eat your sodium, because if you don't, it can absolutely, it'll put you in a coma. You can go into a coma from low sodium. So, do not listen to that. Eat your can of soup. Don't get no low sodium. Get the soup with sodium. Don't add no salt to it. Get the soup with sodium. Have your regular stuff. Have your regular stuff. You'll live longer and you'll live better. Trust me. I ain't gonna be listening to people telling me no sodium. I'm gonna get my sodium. My kids keep my blood pressure up. They keep my blood pressure up. Trust me. But I'm still going to eat my sodium. Yeah, see, Susan, your sodium's low. You need to eat stuff like soups. Cans of soup have lots of sodium. Have a lot of sodium in them, like chicken noodle soup. Practically any kind of soup has sodium in it, and so you need to eat like soups, and you need to salt your eggs. You need to salt your eggs and salt your tomatoes and stuff like that to get your sodium. And if you buy salt, always get the kind with iodine, because the iodine salt keeps people from getting those goiters. They're like them goiters in their neck or whatever, some kind of weird stuff. The salt with iodine, always buy your salt with iodine, because it's really good for you. It's good for you. The iodine fights off a lot of things you don't know about. So, oh yeah, I love saltine crackers. I do. I know I can eat some saltine crackers. I put crackers. I eat cheese and crackers. Sometimes I eat crackers in my soup. Sometimes I like cracker better than bread, right? My kids, I have sandwiches, and I just go ahead and grab some crackers, because I'm not a big bread eater unless it's toasted or like grilled cheese. grilled cheese sandwiches and stuff. Um, I don't like just plain bread very often. Once in a while it's all right, but I'm not big on, just regular bread either. Oh yeah, crackers are good, straight up. I get um I get the townhouse crackers, the Ritz and townhouse crackers. Um they're really good too, and they got some vegetable ones. They got like vegetable um I think it's Ritz that sells these vegetable crackers. They're really good too. They're really good. They got some chicken and biscuit crackers. Oh, doctor put you on sodium pills. Oh, I see, Suzanne. Yeah, I salt everything. I salt everything. I salt my pizza. I salt everything. Like I have to have my salt. I hate to say it, but I salt everything. I salt my freaking eggs. I salt you name it. I throw salt on it. If I'm eating it, there's got to be salt on it. I mean, I get my share of salt. If I get a hamburger, lettuce, tomato, everything, I have to salt it. I salt everything. If I make a can of chicken noodle soup or any kind of soup, I have to salt it. Um, I do love my salt. That's the truth. I do love my salt. If I eat an apple, I salt my apple. I salt, and a lot of times, I like apples dipped in honey. Anybody else like apples dipped down in honey? I love apples dipped in honey. I love them dipped in caramel too. But and that's what I love about the fall, because now, like, all the caramel apples and everything's going to be coming out. I love caramel apples, but I definitely love apples dipped in honey. you know New Year's, people say, you have to eat pork and sauerkraut, right? You have to have your spare ribs and your sauerkraut to prosper. No, it's not pork and sauerkraut that makes you prosper. It's actually it's apples and honey. Apples and honey is what you're supposed to eat on New Year's in order to prosper all year long. It's apples and honey. So that's all, girl. I'm gonna tell you, Queen. I love corned beef. I do. I love me some corned beef and cabbage, girl. It is so good, right? I love corned beef. And I think of I think it's called a Reuben sandwich. The Reuben sandwich, where it's got the corned beef and the sauerkraut and cheese. Oh man, a Reuben sandwich is like a grilled cheese. It is really good. Uh, I I don't like the smell of tuna, but I can stand once in a while. I can stand to, like, sometimes um I'll grab up a tuna sandwich if I'm in a hurry or something. Um I don't like the smell of it. And when it comes to fish, like I'll eat like McDonald's fish sandwiches, and fish sticks, right? Fish sticks. I'll make those for me and the kids sometimes, but um, I don't like regular fish. Like the fish you get and you fry it yourself, and oh no, no, I stay away from that. Um, I ain't never been too big of a person on fish. I mean, um, like I said, fish sandwich at McDonald's or some fish sticks out of the frozen department at the store. That's about as far as I go with fish. But some people love it. Salmon patties. Oh yeah, girl, you're speaking my language. I love salmon patties. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like fried green tomatoes too. I like fried lasagna. Um, I love deep fried lasagna. Not lasagna. What am I talking about? Not lasagna. That's my son. I swear I got a son that is like Garfield the cat. He loves lasagna. And the only problem is I've only got like one other child that likes lasagna. I was talking about zucchini. I was talking about deep fried zucchini, not lasagna. But probably lasagna came to my mind because of my Garfield the cat I got in the house. But I only have one other kid that likes it. And when you make lasagna, you got to make a big pan of it, right? A big pan. So I got a ton of lasagna going to waste every time I make it because everybody don't like it. Nobody, it's not something everyone likes. And it's not something that tastes too good if you try to put it in the refrigerator for the next day. Ooh, lasagna does not taste better the next day. Trust me. All right. I mix can of salmon, fine chopped green onion, grated cheese, and biscuit bake. It's so good. I eat lots of fish. Oh, wow. Well, yeah, that does sound good. That does sound good. Um, when I make salmon, I usually use crackers. I usually crumble up saltine crackers and put in it. That's how I make it. Is with saltine crackers. I put a couple eggs in it and sometimes I'll put flour in it. Um, that's pretty much how I turn it into like a batter and fry it up in hot grease. Fried green tomatoes are real good. They are. I didn't think that first time I ever tried fried green tomatoes. I was at a boyfriend's house. I was at a boyfriend's house and his mother was frying them up. And I didn't think I was going to like those. And she talked me into, trying one. And they were really good. They were good. I was totally surprised. Now, fried green tomatoes, I was shocked because, coming from a hillbilly family, I would have thought that, you know, my mother would have made those, but she did. I didn't know it. Um, I had never tried them before. I had never tried them before, and I was in my young adulthood before I ever actually, tried a fried green tomato. Didn't even know what they was, and and they were really good. But then again, you know, um, my mom also didn't ever fry. She fried like liver and onions, right? We used to have a lot of liver and onions um, when I was growing up, but we didn't ever have chicken, chicken liver. I didn't even know what chicken liver was. I didn't even know you could buy it, that you could buy chicken liver. And a girlfriend of mine, I was at her home, and her mother was frying up chicken liver. And, I thought it was, the, the beef kind, liver and onions. I thought it was the kind like like my mom made. And my girlfriend, she had it on a sandwich, right? She had it on a sandwich, and she gave me a piece of her sandwich. She said, "Here," because I told her, I said, "I'm hungry. I'm going to have to be going home for dinner." And she said, "No, here, just have some of this." And she pulls me off a piece and hands it to me. And I took a bite, right? I took a bite of it, and it definitely was not liver and onions. I was like, "What is this?" You know, it wasn't no liver and onions for sure. And she said it was, chicken liver. And I was like, wow, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't as good as, liver and onions, but it wasn't it wasn't bad either. I mean, it definitely, you have to have it. It's an acquiring taste, right? It's one of those things that, I don't know. You got to have a taste for it. Chicken gizzards, girl, I can eat my weight in those. Chicken gizzards, I love chicken gizzards. Oh my gosh. Especially if, they pressure cook them. I'm going to tell you, they are so, so good. Absolutely. Um, the fried green tomatoes that my boyfriend's mother was making at the time, she made them. She used cornmeal. She used, I think it was a mixture of flour and cornmeal that she dipped them in and fried them. But I think you're right. She put them through some. She put them through some egg, and then dipped them in this mixture of, I believe it was cornmeal and flour, right? Um, is what she fried them. And at least that's, that's how I made them for a while, was with the cornmeal and the flour mixture. But I started just using the flour, like you said. I started just using the flour because I don't really like cornmeal that much. I like cornbread, believe it or not, but I don't like, cornmeal on my. I don't like cornmeal on my um fried green tomatoes as much as I just like the regular flour, as you said. I never heard any of these women didn't know why I clicked on them. What? Yeah, that's exactly, that's what she used. That's what she used, Tanya. Absolutely. It was flour, eggs, cornmeal, salt and pepper. Yes. Yeah, I knew she used cornmeal. I knew it because she was telling me how to make them. Um, Oh, hush puppies. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely queen. Oh yeah. I can. I can make hush puppies. I can make them. I make them better than I make them better than the fish places. Right. You go and get fish and fries and hush puppies. Yeah, I make them better than that. I could do some. I can make some hush puppies. I love them things. I absolutely love them. Oh yeah. I like the and hot sauce. I love hot sauce. I put hot sauce on my pizza. I put hot sauce on my chicken. I put hot sauce on my fish. I put hot sauce on everything. I definitely love my hot sauce. Man, I tell you, I got to carry a bottle of hot sauce. I have to carry it in my pocketbook, right? If I'm going out to eat, I have got to have my hot sauce in my pocketbook. Mm-hmm. And my salad dressing. I don't like the house dressings and stuff inside restaurants. So I like to carry my own dressing in my purse if I'm going out, like in my hot sauce. I I don't know. You know, in my I know it sounds weird and I get some weird looks, right? You get some really weird looks when you open your pocketbook up and you pull out the hot sauce, you know? Or your salad dressing. You pull out your salad dressing, put your own salad dressing on your salad. You get these looks. But it's like, what can you do? What can you do? I mean, if I'm going to pay this much for a meal, I want to enjoy it, right? I want to enjoy it. I don't like your house dressings and I'd rather bring my own. So. Do I have you? Do I have you on? Hey Queen, are you on? Are you on? Are you on Summer's Facebook? Are you on Sissy Bible's Facebook? If you are, girl, hit me up in the chat and I'll send you some recipes. Absolutely. I'll send you some recipes. I'll send you some good ones. Absolutely. Yeah, I do. I do got a big purse, girl. I'm going to tell you right now. I do. I absolutely. I carry a big handbag. No lie. No lie. I do carry my pocketbook is because I like to carry all kinds of things in my pocketbook. I do. Right? I absolutely do. I got a big pocketbook. Sometimes I think that thing looks like a suitcase. Right? I think it looks like a suitcase. I had all kinds of stuff. I have. I have to I have to I have to carry a lot of stuff in my pocketbook because if I didn't, I would never be able to find it. I promise you, my daughter is like a little pack rat. I promise you, she is. She is like a little pack rat. Everything, everything I can buy a new keychain. We all love those little keychains, right? And I can get I can get. And this is the thing. This is the thing. When I'm picking out my keychain, like we'll be shopping somewhere and they got that little spin around thing with all kinds of these different little keychains. And I say, oh, this is cute or this is cute. And I'll get me one or two. And I tell my daughter, grab you one, get you something. And she'll pick something, right? She'll pick something. I promise you, let me tell you, as soon as we get home, if I do not immediately, like, put my keychain, if I don't get to the vehicle and, put my keychain, what I got on my keys, if I bring it home and I actually, don't hide it in my purse or put it on my keys immediately, and I do get home and I lay it on, the entry table or even my bedroom, I can take it all the way to my bedroom and and put it there. I promise you, I'm looking for it a few days later. And guess who has it? Guess who already became owner of it? It's not me, baby. It's not me. I'm like, why didn't you pick one like that? If you wanted one like that, hon, why didn't you pick one? Oh, because I knew you did. I thought I'd get something different. But I really don't like mine. Did you want it? And hers is laying somewhere, right? Hers is laying somewhere. And she wants mine. I'm like, no. If I wanted that one, I'd have picked it, but okay. I mean, straight up. And I'll tell you something. The worst nightmare. You know what a mother's worst nightmare is? It's when your child is big enough to put your clothes on. When your child gets big enough to wear your clothes, that's your worst nightmare. And that's the truth. I tell you what, like my closet gets wiped out all the time. It gets wiped out all. I have to go shopping in my daughter's closet for my own clothes, right? For my own clothes. Straight up. She just notified me. She just notified me that, hey mom, guess what? Guess whose jeans these are? I looked. I knew. Oh, I knew whose jeans those were. They was mine. And she's like, yeah, look, I can fit them. I'm like, oh crap. Even my pants ain't safe no more. All right. Even my britches ain't safe. I'm like, oh my God. My poor child. Yeah, she did. She did. Australia. That's the truth. That's a true story. True story. That's a true story. Straight up. Mm-hmm. That is a true story. I didn't even make that up. I did not even make that up. That was truth. Right. Right. Usually for the stuff that Ernie's in trouble for, they give you bail. They just go ahead and set your bail. The only time they don't set bail, the only time they worry about flight risk is when it's something really, really serious. He ain't on nothing serious. The stuff he's on is, penny Annie stuff that he ain't going to really get nothing out of anyway. So it's not going to make a difference. That is so hilarious, Molly. I think the only person that's ever been a flight risk is White Boy. Have you seen the mirrors? Right? I love it. I love it. I'm going to tell you, I had to retreat last night. I had to retreat from our own live because I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't. Um, I can't even think about it. I can't, all day today, I've been trying to just stay away from those thoughts. Um, Absolutely. I'm going to tell you one of the thoughts that kept going through my head was when, um, that dame, right? That dame come over here and, you know, asked, do you know Bullhorn Betty? Do you know Bullhorn Betty? I wanted so much to ask her if she knew the Muffin Man from Mulberry Lane, right? And then and then it went a step further, right? It went a step farther in my head because I was thinking to myself, listen, Dame Defer, I think I hear Shrek hollering for donkey, right? I wanted to tell, I wanted to tell her I heard Shrek holler for donkey. she, she needed to get back to Shrek's channel, right? You better get going, donkey, right? And the more I thought about it, the more I would laugh, and the more I would laugh. I'm gonna tell you something ain't right about me, right? Something is definitely not right about PG, but it's okay. It's okay, you guys. I embrace my crazy, right? I don't mind embracing it. But I did want to, question. I was questioning. Did Ernie, you know, is the reason Ernie did get picked up is because he was in Tennessee nosing around? Was he, because if you took notice, when Ernie went down there into Tennessee and he was nosing around, one, he found some kind of pig farm, right? He found some kind of pig farm. And two, he had, he had seen, um, some, some Spanish people working there, right? Some Spanish people working there, which what was outside of Don and Candace's room over in Arkansas, right? What was outside of their room in Arkansas? A Spanish guy, you know. So, you know, what I'm trying to say is, um, he was seeing some things, taking note to some things. And then you had, Candace. Remember, she opened a live and was outside walking around. Um, After Ernie had been up on Ben Hill Road. Remember, he was up on Ben Hill Road, videoed Ben Hill down through there. And if you took note, you had Candace, walking around outside her home and doing a live. And you had Jody Sue, right, coming on to Ernie's panel, acting all out about, the caves and stuff that Ernie said that, he had been checking into and, researching and so forth and so on. And, and if you took note, one of the things Jody Sue said to him is, Ernie, you're wanted. You're wanted. You're wanted. That's all she kept saying is you're wanted. And, and he's like, oh, I'm wanted, huh? See, what you don't understand is these guys were researching. They were doing the research. Why would they be doing the research? Why would they want to, be trying to get Ernie turned in and picked up so bad? What was he stumbling upon? What was he stumbling upon that they didn't, that they wanted to get his freedom took away from him so he couldn't be stumbling? That's my question. That's my question. I mean, somebody had to be making some phone calls. Somebody had to be making some phone calls in order for Ernie to, for Ernie to be, you know, incarcerated. There had to have been some phone calls, some pressure put on, right? Just saying. blue blue solo cups in here. Yes, Blue Solo, you are excused to go to the restroom. We appreciate you raising your hand. All right. We appreciate you raising your hand. Oh God. Um and Deputy says I think it's a troll. Right? Yeah, because Blue Solo usually ain't in chat. He usually tries to come on panel. Blue Solo Cup says he's been messing with us for 3 years. I don't think Blue Solo Cup's been messing with anyone, anyone except itself, if that's what he believes. Right? If that's what he believes, he ain't messing with anyone but himself. Blue Solo Cup does nothing but make me laugh, cracks me up. Candy cane, look at the candy cane. All right, there's old candy cane. Oh shoot. Oh my goodness. Candy cane, that's not nice. What you wrote in the back chat is not nice. How do you know that Ernie's infected? Right? How do you know? How do you know he's infected? It cracks me up. You been to the doctor lately, Candy Cane? Is that how you know? Just saying. Makes me wonder. A day day. This for you. Oh, PG's have a cold one. Man, that's good, Day Day. That's good. Too bad you can't have none. Too bad you can't have no girlfriend. I'm gonna tell you, when I got off panel last night, I'm gonna tell you what. I went straight to my kitchen. I made me a big stack of pancakes. Oh man, was they good. They were so good. Oh my goodness. You know the secret to pancakes? I tell you the secret to pancakes. The secret to pancakes is to put you some butter. After you fry your pancakes, put you some butter in the pan, like couple teaspoons, about two pats of butter, you know, pretty good chunk of butter in there. And then let that melt and pour you some syrup in there and let it heat up to pour over top of the pancakes. Oh my goodness. I'm going to tell you something. When you heat up the syrup to pour over the pancakes, it makes them even better, right? I don't know how many people, heat up their syrup to pour over the pancakes, but man, it makes your pancakes they taste a lot better when you heat up that hot syrup. Is so good. So good. PG had some pancakes last night. They was the bomb. Oh, girl, I love cheesecake. I love cheesecake. Cheesecake is so good. I make my own cheesecake. Yeah, you heat up the syrup and it'll make your pancakes taste so much better. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that um I'm thinking that, absolutely um they wanted Ernie out of the way. I think he was, you know, finding and searching for something. Um and I took note that, these guys do not want you. They do not want you inside Ben Hill Road, right? They don't care. They don't care if you fly up and down Beach Creek all day long. It's when you turn into Ben Hill, they get nervous. They get real nervous when you turn into Ben Hill. That tells me, hmm, that tells me that I think some are somewhere inside Ben Hill Road. I really think she's got to be somewhere inside there, someplace. Now that's my opinion. That's my opinion because I see how antsy and how nervous they get. And I think that someplace is, I think at some places at 110 Ben Hill Road or a little bit past it. That's what I think. I think that once you get down to 110 and past is where they really get the most nervous. So I think, when you come into Ben Hill Road, and the first little bit of distance there up to when you're hitting 110, they don't worry about. It's when you get to 110 and keep moving. That's where they get real freaking nervous. So I'd say that's probably where she could be located if you got some searchers that knew what they were doing. I think that's where they'd find her. I really do. I think that's exactly at some point where she will be found, is right up in there somewhere. Just saying. That's my opinion from everything I've seen. That's my opinion. Because I be keeping, observation on these fucking people. And that's exactly what what the conclusion I've drawn from what I've been watching, what I've been seeing, what I've been hearing. And I've been seeing, hearing, and doing observation for a long time now. For a long time. I've had my eyes on these people, my ears open. And I took note. I took note. that is within that destination that they get real nervous. So, and we're going to listen to Jody Sue likes to run her mouth. Jody Sue really likes to run her mouth. She be running her mouth on PG. She be running her mouth on me, right? What I do to Jody Sue? What I do? I ain't done nothing. I ain't done nothing to Jody Sue except called out the truth, right? I've done nothing but called out the truth. I mean, that's all I've ever done. That's all I've ever done to any of them. Called it out the truth. Boy, they hate the truth, don't they? Man, you want to piss somebody off, just tell the truth, right? Hey, you know, you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to do anything else. Somebody being mean to you, don't do anything except tell them the truth. Just tell them the truth. You want to piss them off? Well, baby, use the truth to do it. Ain't nothing piss somebody off like the truth. Trust me. And that's why I love telling it, right? That's why I love telling it. I'm like, no better way to get even. No better way to get even with haters than tell the truth. That's for sure. But anyhow, yeah, straight up. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this, you guys. June 15th, 2021. Candace was with Summer, for sure, on June 15th, 2021. Oh, and Donald was at work hiding, waiting to blame his coworker. He fired the day before, right? He was hiding at work, waiting to pull out the artillery, right, of Dudley. He was waiting to pull out that artillery that he weaponized up on the 14th when he fired Dudley. He was waiting till the 15th to pull it out and and hand it over to law enforcement. I know who did it. I fired the guy. He was pissed. He came and did this mean thing. And the guy was sitting at home thanking God he got fired by that nutcase, fixing his vehicle, and could care less. He could care less. All he wanted was his money. He just wanted what he had already worked for. He didn't care about nothing else. He was glad that nut fired him, right? Tired of working with his ass anyway. But Don Wells, had big plans on the 14th and 15th. And the biggest plan was to protect his ass with 7 alibis, right? With 7 alibis. His phone, Starlink, his boss, his coworker, right? All these things. He wanted to make sure he got that ass covered. Especially on the 15th. Right? Absolutely. And then Fred said he was inside Ben Hill Road, seeing Donald come down the hill, right? At 2:30, coming down the hill from 110 onto Ben Hill Road, leaving, right? Going back out to Beach Creek. He says, and he's seen Andy around 3 o'clock, meeting up with different vehicles, even had to move his trailer in order for Andy to get past him on Andy's way to wherever Andy was going. I don't know where he's going because that's a big freaking dead end down there, right? That's a big dead end. You got to turn around and go back. I don't know how far he could go on Ben Hill, seeing that, that it doesn't lead to anything but a place that's blocked off, right? You can't go no farther. But Fred's seeing it all. Fred's there, he said, seeing it all. Now he's trying to retract all of that. And old Grandass, she was with Summer also, right? Grandass was there as well on June 15, 2021. That's a for sure. She was there. Matter of fact, she was sitting right there in the trailer door, right in the trailer door, the whole time, being able to see, the kitchen door and being able to see the basement door. She could see both doors from her trailer. She could see all of that shit down through there, you know, and hear everything. But they don't want you to remember that grandass was sitting up there in that doorway of that freaking trailer. They want you to forget about that, Don't remember that, Don't remember that. That's what they want, but we do remember. We do remember. Jody Sue was upon her own land, right, with her children running in and out of the cabin, checking property lines and hearing animalistic screams. How insane is that, right? How insane is, and that animalistic scream. Candace just, thought she could call Jody Sue and say, hey, you need to move that animalistic scream to like 5:42, 5:47, because at 4:42, 4:47 was, a little too damn early. You're like 2 hours too soon, baby. You need to move that up, right? You need to move that up. If it was true, why would Candace be saying move it? Because it wasn't true. It was bullshit. But why would Jody Sue be part of all of this? Why is Jody Sue part of all of this? We don't know. And Andy's at work, right? Andy's supposed to be at work. He's at work. The whole day. The whole day. He's like the same place Don is, right? Staying out of it all. Yeah. So this is the group of people right here. This is the group of people right here that have been working together from day one. Day one to keep Summer from being found, right? They've been working hard to lie and manipulate and to play games and just turn everything into bullshit. Turn Summer's case into a 3-ring circus to keep her from being found. That's what they've done. That's what they've done. Everything they say, they retract it. They retract it. They say all of this stuff and then they want to retract it, right? Which is really weird. And another thing I find really weird is Candace and Grandis want to put Summer in the house, right? They want to put Summer in the house. Matter of fact, not just in the house, but in the basement. They want to put her where another door is that they could lie about not being able to see when we know they can see it all and they can hear it all. And Jody Sue, on the other hand, she's wanting to put Summer outside. She wants to put Summer outside. But the one thing I get from Candace, Grandis, and Jody Sue, the conclusion I have come up with, is Summer didn't ever get out of the truck. Summer didn't ever get off the milk jugs, you guys. I'm going to show you why I believe this.
I asked them, where the last place they saw Summer was. But what I was told was it's
in case you guys don't understand her, she just does that shit. She just does that shit for attention. They ain't a damn thing. I've heard this woman talk clear as we talk, right? I've heard her talk as plain as day, right? But like, why she talks like this, like she's got a mouthful of hot manure, I don't know. But, I don't understand it. But she does talk like she's got a big mouthful of hot manure. And, it just is what it is. Oh, hold on. Blue Solo Cup, what are you up to?
Nothing much. I just want to say hi.
Hello, how are you doing, sweetie?
Pretty good. I know everybody's always mad at me. I don't give a shit.
Well, they're mad at you because you're sitting in the chat talking about how You haven't done nothing but been playing with them and messing with them for 3 years.
Yeah, that's been fun, ain't it?
Has it? Has it been fun?
Yeah.
I mean, why would you want to play with people in a missing child's case?
No, it ain't the missing child case. You just the people that are covering it. But no, I would never mess with child's case like that. I'm just playing, Paige. I'm your friend. I've known Ernie since like 20 some years, man. He used to work on the framing crew. I was like I was like 36 and he was like 21. He's a good kid. Ernie's always been a good kid. He always
Right,
embellishes stuff, but he's a good kid.
right. I heard that. I heard
But
that.
anyway, man, I'm just what I get on here and do, I just screw with people. I don't mean no harm, PG. You know that.
Yeah, I know it, but it upsets Summer's Army a little bit, to hear
Well,
that.
no, I don't mean nothing, man. I
Right,
mean, you know. But anyway, I was just wanting to come in and see you, say hello. Hadn't seen you for a while. Prayer Garden, I don't get on the internet that much.
right. I
Maybe
heard
every
that.
four
I
or
heard
six
that.
weeks or whatever. I don't mean no harm. I just like to play and stuff. But I guess sometimes it gets real and stuff. I hate that Ernie's in jail and stuff. I don't like that at all. I
Yeah,
don't.
they said they're going to be transferring him over to Kentucky.
Well,
Once he
see,
gets
the
there.
problem thing, he'll be getting out pretty soon.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's minimal charges. It's like he didn't
I
return the
think
he did he didn't
I
return the
think they'll
van.
release him. They'll probably release him on his own recognizance. Once you go before the judge, that's usually what they do.
Once he gets over. But one thing though, Prayer Garden, he probably won't even be extradited
Right.
because it costs like over $10,000, maybe $15,000 just to extradite stuff. And my brother, uh, they tried to extradite him from to Texas stuff. Well, they didn't even try because it costs so much money, and it's just misdemeanors and small felony stuff. Ernie will be fine. Don't worry about it. But it's just bullshit. I mean,
Right. Right. And they usually don't even do it's a slap on the wrist and you move on. I mean, you got to do something really serious for them to
that's
hold
all
on.
it's going to be, man. I mean,
Right.
you know,
Yeah,
it,
I'm
it,
sure.
it ain't like he's done a bunch of stuff. If he has done a bunch of stuff, of course I understand,
You know, I
but
don't
he hasn't done a bunch of stuff.
Well, I know that the vehicle thing was a very big misunderstanding
Yeah,
and
he
should have been done
didn't
away with
return a
long
van, and
before
that's no
now.
big deal.
Right, right.
That's
But with
not
the
that's not like stealing a van or nothing.
no, no, he didn't steal it. He deals with really bad anxiety. And what it was is he got lost and he freaked out and then he had to call somebody to come get him and help him. And he didn't take no I mean, he didn't mean to be where he was with the van. It wasn't his fault. And
Yeah,
that should have been thrown out. I don't
it's
know why it wasn't, but I'm
well,
sure.
Prayer Garden. It is going to be thrown out as soon as he goes to
Right.
court.
Exactly.
It hasn't been thrown out because he didn't go to court, but it will be thrown out, man.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
man. You wouldn't
You
believe
know,
what people get charged with, and then it's just like, which I understand people not liking our new stuff, and I mean,
Oh, let me tell you, there was a businessman. Um, he worked for a lot of years. He worked for a lot of years. And he just, one day he was on his way, like sometimes, he would pick everybody. They had from week to week, they would change up drivers. Sometimes he'd drive, sometimes, somebody else would drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what they did is him and some of his partners would, pick each other up and go to work. And they've been doing this for years. And, he worked for a law firm. He was very highly respected, in the community and everything. And one day, as they were on the way, their way to work, he just somehow went into some kind of panic and had to get out of the vehicle, and he couldn't get back in, and he just lost it. Nobody knows why this kind of stuff happens to people.
Yeah.
But after that, it took a lot of counseling and a whole lot of um strength for him to work through, whatever it was that had happened to him like that, in order to, be able to finally, get back to a normal life. And it just came out of nowhere on him. And he couldn't understand it, and people deal with these type of, issues a lot, believe it or not. Like one.
It ain't like they're gonna be criminally charged and shit like that.
Right, right. And
Yeah.
there was another girl at college, a young girl at college, and some reason, she everything's going good, and she had been in college for she got her bachelor's degree, and she was heading for a master's degree, and I think she was like, almost ready to achieve her master's degree, and she's in her dorm, as she usually is, studying for a quiz or something. And anyway, I guess the same thing kind of happened to her. Something just went wrong, and she had to end up going home. And it took her a long, long time to be able to regain herself.
Yeah, so she wasn't charged or nothing like that. And that's what I'm
Right.
saying with Ernie, man. He's not going to be charged if he's stealing van charge stuff. And let me tell you something, Paragarden. I've known Ernie for so many years you wouldn't believe, and we're just screwing for each other on the internet. He don't want to beat me up, and I don't want to. I mean, it's all bull crap, man. We just like the whole laptop stuff. I promised him stuff. Me and him did that on behind the scene. It was just for views and shit, man. I don't want to see him in jail or nothing like that, and I'll help him try to get out and stuff, man. It's just bullshit. I've known him. We've been screwing with each other on the internet for, man, you wouldn't believe the names I've had, like Kung Pao, Bluegill, Silly Sass, but all kinds of stuff, man. I've been working with Ernie for like 2.5 years on all this crap, man. Just screwing with each other. Ernie knows I love him, and it's just all bullshit.
Boy, the back chat is really getting ugly tonight.
The what? The what? I'm sorry.
I said that back chat's really getting ugly tonight.
But anyway, I'm just, I just fuck around with people on the internet anyway.
Yeah, I know. But some people are highly sensitive, to people, feeling that people's playing, and I think that.
Well,
I think the problem is. I think the problem is that, the suspects in Summer's case have all been playing games so much. And I think it just, they're really touchy about anyone else doing these things. And I understand that to the fullest. I do. But, I also understand that, you just looking for somewhere to be and hang out, and you want Summer found as much as anyone else does. You want her to be brought home.
Of course, yeah.
And and I'm sure you do anything you could to help that be done.
Yeah, but I've never screwed around with Summer and stuff. I rarely mention that name. If you ever notice, all I ever mention is the creators and people and stuff like that. That's all I
Right.
do.
Right.
I just fuck with people, Private Garden.
right.
That's all I do. That's all I've done for years.
Right.
You go back and listen to the daggone shit I've done. But listen, Prayer Garden, I've done this before the Prayer Garden. I've done this. I've been calling into radio stations, news stations, and shit like that for 20 years, man.
right.
I've been
You're
chaotic
just,
for
you're
25
just a
years.
jokester. You're just a jokester.
Yeah, man. It's just
Yeah.
like, but me and Ernie, we're buddies. I love him, man.
Hey, he is a nice guy. He really is, and he's for the missing children, and I appreciate that.
Well, I don't know if he is or not. I just know we always been. I've known him
Well,
for
he
20
is.
years.
He is. You should have seen him. You should have seen him on another creator's channel. He really gave it to him. He really gave it to him about, about being a turd pop sucker. He really gave it to him about, being for suspects instead of the missing child. Um, and he's all right by me. He's all right by me.
Oh yeah, he's good. But
And
you know
prayers.
that one night, I don't know if you know about where me and him started cussing each other out a couple weeks ago. That was all bullshit, man. That was all bullshit. That he was gonna come and bust my teeth out and stuff. Shit, I've known that kid for 20 since he was like 17, man. And we was just fucking with each other.
I heard that
He's a brilliant actor. He's a brilliant actor.
I heard that that you was going to give him a laptop, that you was going to help him out with some equipment.
Yeah, and then I never did, and we made all that shit up.
Oh, really?
And then he said he's gonna beat me up because I never did send it. That was a whole bullshit, man. Me and him both come up with that shit.
Is that right?
Yeah, we laughed like hell, man.
Oh, do tell.
Yeah.
Do tell. That was all made up.
Shit, yeah.
With you and Ernie.
Yeah.
Well, for one Blue Solo Cup, I know for a fact that you do not know Ernie and you haven't known him for 20 years. I'm starting to wonder, who do you really know? Because I know who you really know.
Who?
I know who you really know. I'll see you, buddy. You just got a steel-toed boot, Solo Cup. Because what you said was no truth. There was no truth in that whatsoever. I know that for a fact. I do know who you have worked with over the last 20 years, and it wasn't Ernie. That's not true. That's not true at all. Matter of fact, I know Ernie don't know you at all because he was asking me for your number. He was asking me if you were going to be okay, if I trusted you for him to come and see you. No. I'm sorry, but you don't know him. No, he doesn't know Jimbo either. He doesn't know Ernie, Jimbo, none of that group. Who he does know is Dom Wells, Andy Bernards. He knows those people. Blue Solo Cup knows, he's from Tennessee, Kingsport area. He works in the same field as Dom Wells and, a lot of those convicts around in there. That's who he does. No. And he knows a lot of other people. He also knows a lot of other people as well, that I can mention, but I won't. Yeah. And I didn't appreciate him come up here saying that stuff because there's none of it true. And I got to wonder why he would be saying this. Who's behind him saying this? Who's behind him trying to discredit Ernie like that? I told you there's something going on inside of that fucking community that's really fucking weird. It's really fucking weird. You got a lot of weird old sick people up in there.
Last place they seen summer was a swing set. And I was like, and then I asked how long that had been. and I get told 10 minutes. I immediately know that time's a but I'm like, well,
she's trying to say the boys told her they saw Summer outside on the swing set. That Summer was supposed to be outside on the swing set. No. Jody Sue wants to play Summer outside, right? She wants to play Summer outside. And she asked Candace, why didn't you just tell law enforcement, damn it, that she was outside? That would have sounded better. It would have been better, more believable, right? She wanted to place. She even asked Candace why Candace didn't. So we all know that now, that's made up shit. It's all made up. Summer wasn't ever inside. She wasn't outside. Right, Jody Sue? She wasn't either one. She wasn't either one. Where is Summer? Where is Summer? They know. They know. Trust me, they know.
regardless, jealousy has never been a place. I'm not in a competition. I will never compete with others. I'm not about that competing with other women shit. And things like that aren't even.
Oh, bullshit. I ain't about competing with other women. Jody Sue, you do nothing but try to compete with women. Just the reason you were trying to talk with Ernie is because Candace did. You like to compete with other women. Don Wells even said that you tried to come on to him and he wasn't having it. He wasn't having it because he was friends with Andy. I don't think it's because he's friends with Andy. I think it's because he was afraid of Andy. That's what I think. He was afraid of him. And, but you even tried to swing that. And that's probably why Andy didn't ever put a ring on it. He didn't put a ring on it because he's a bouncer watching you wipe your backside all over different people. Different people. Matter of fact, it's to my understanding, you didn't only wipe your backside on somebody once, but you walked away pissed off and then came back trying to wipe it on them again. That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Just gross. Just gross. You're running around in your birthday suit trying to wipe your backside on people's clothing. That's disgusting. Who the hell does that? Who does that? I don't even know.
Anyway, to compete with.
Things, let's tell the truth. Let's not sugarcoat it and bullshit it. Let's tell the truth.
Yeah.
And the freaking truth is, Andy, you're a fucking liar. You're a liar.
As well.
And I think Jody Sue is telling a whole lot of truth on you. And I seen where
I've had no reason to lie. And I won't.
Somebody in the comments said, Jody Sue said that you seen Summer's dead body.
All right. No. Just no. And I think this.
Now, listen to her retract this. Listen to her retract on Andy seeing Summer's supposedly online body, right? She said it, but now she's lying. Now she's lying, saying she didn't ever say this. Watch.
Wait, maybe Monster is not hearing loud and clear enough. Alright. But needs to. That has never been said by I or my daughter.
She says it hasn't ever been said by her or her daughter. Well, I'm afraid it was, and you're about to hear it, Jody Sue. You're about to hear it.
Never.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I had her crying in tears. I mean, just like in a ball, because for like fucking 5 minutes just wouldn't lay off. And it was Summer's dead body's laying there, and who gives a fuck about it, and this and blah blah, and she's dead. I mean, right, I mean, just the grossest.
Oh, you didn't say it, Jody Sue? I think you just did. You just did. You just said it. You said that he was standing there, even talking about how it was rotten and right? That's what you said. Oh yeah, that's what you said.
It's like, but then again, you're taking it from a guy that, you know, is, I don't know. That one of the last things he did was our daughter was to scream at her about Summer's dead body in the most gruesome details you could ever imagine.
Oh, screamed at my daughter. And you know what you failed to mention, Jody Sue? He wasn't just screaming at your daughter, because your daughter came out talking, and oh, trust me, I got that too. I've got that too. Your daughter said that Bub was there too. Who's Bub? I think Bub's her brother, or Boogs. Boogs or Bubs. What did she call her brother? Something. Boogs, maybe. Maybe Boogie. I don't know. I don't even give a shit. But your daughter said that her brother was there hearing it all as well, Jody Sue. Why did you not mention that? Why did you fail to mention that your boy was there when Andy freaked out and was saying all this stuff? Why did you fail to mention that? Makes me wonder. Oh, Boogie. His name's Boogie.
And continue to yell about it until it makes we were like, stop, because he knew it already traumatized her, so it was way to bother her. And so he knew the triggers, and he knew that he had already traumatized her to the point she was having nightmares and all sorts of, you know, and so, and a guy who, that the last time Equisearch, remember where all asked him to give their locations, he was screaming at Equisearch to come and kill him and to do whatever, and fuck them and fuck this and whatever.
And when Echo Search was up there looking for Summer, Andy was having a full-blown meltdown. When the searchers were up there, he's having a full-blown meltdown, not wanting them anywhere inside Ben Hill Road. No searchers. Why? Why? Why, if you and Andy and you guys had nothing to do with what happened, why was you so fucking worried about anything? I mean, you know, if something happened in my community that had nothing to do with me and I had nothing to do with, I wouldn't give a fuck if they brought in the whole freaking U.S. Army and was searching. It has nothing to do with me. So I don't care. But if I'm starting to care, someone in my home starting to care, then that makes me start to wonder what the hell's going on here. Right, Jody Sue? Because the only way I'm going to care, or people in my household's going to care, is if we got a dog in the race. If we ain't got no dog in the race, then we don't give a shit. Gotta wonder about you. And you did make up that lie about an animalistic scream, right? You sure did. And you know, you're not intelligent at all, because even when you made up your stupid lie, you couldn't even get the fucking timeline right. But you probably didn't know what a timeline was, did you? Or how the hell it works. And, you know, you don't think that far past your nose. That's why you got your asses caught up in all this shit.
I'm lying. I've pretty much told the truth about everything that I can remember. And if I misspoke on something, let me
ask you, Andy. Let me ask you, Andy.
When I speak, I am speaking. I let you speak.
Why did you tell Jody Sue that you was the last one to see Summer's dead body?
I did not say I seen Summer's dead body.
She said you did.
I said that I had a dream that I seen Summer's dead body.
Oh, now it's a dream.
Yeah, and I've stated this on my other my channel and my videos.
No, he's a liar. He's a liar. I asked him before why she said that, and he said that he didn't know. She was crazy. That she just wanted him to look bad because he left her ass, right? That he had never said that, and he mentioned nothing about a dream then. He said nothing about a dream. He said that she was just a nut saying shit that was so untrue. That's what he said. And then he changed it to I had a dream, right? To I had a dream. Bullshit.
But let me tell you, that whole Jose truck thing, that you missed because you're fucking lazy and so are your sources and whatever else, you can't be bothered to watch videos. And that whole Jose white truck, Don thing. Well, also, Voldemort/Andy thinks that Don killed Jose. That monster believes your clients over there are very much capable. He also thinks that Don is a fucking child molester. He thinks that he is absolutely not just raped and molested Summer, but has done so to the boys as well. So, and we've thought so since before the Utah trip because of things going on over there. That's when I started actually looking into Dawn. And obviously throughout the years.
Wow. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Whoa, she quit taking up for Don and Candace once the money flow stopped, right? Once Candace said, I ain't giving you none more gift cards. I'm not giving you no more of half the cash apps. I'm not giving you no more of anything, right? All of a sudden, Jody Sue ain't talking the good shit she was at the beginning, right? How devastated Candace looked as a mom coming off the hill and all of these things and all this bullshit. No, she ain't talking all that no more, was she? She's talking about how these mother freakers are guilty and they's over there not only doing bad things to Summer but to the boys as well, and right. Whoa, yeah. She got real down and dirty with it, didn't she?
Andy was the one that pinpointed Dawn as the one that was responsible for our own peeping Tom incident, where my own daughter was the same age as Dawn's sisters, conveniently enough, and the only little girl inside the hollow that we now think, was actually the target, not myself, of Dawn's creeping and peeping behavior. Also another truck and dogs in that incident that I can prove, by the way. I didn't just recently pull out of my ass, but even then I and the other neighbors were talking about it and the weird shit about the dogs. And, and then the other day, if you're paying attention to any streams, Mary and him like, well, that's exactly how Dawn did us when we wake up, was, just siding at the windows and all this, especially as we got older. But, even for Andy being the type of, he has always maintained that Dawn's a fucking monster. But we started getting word that, the older ones were touching each other and inappropriately touching things, and then they turned it on Dawn right there with one of the last DCS cases, and that, because the one was angry as fuck at Daddy there. But that wasn't really true because there was a little girl on the hill at the time. And we started thinking the fucking worst after another DCS case was open. And that's when I really started looking into Dawn. That's when I knew well before he ever come back from Utah that his oldest son was a fucking pedophile. And that chances were where one pedophile is, multiple fucking are. But then there's still no proof Dawn really is. And then his sisters come out after Summer's missing, and we know. You know why I was sitting on the bank all them nights, Keys? You want to know? It wasn't just because of the fucking one monster we thought, because I still thought, man, two things can exist at once. A stranger come in here and took that fucking baby girl. But also not just that, but here's Dawn living beside of us and is a fucking predator, because I never discounted his fucking sisters. So I had to live beside that shit every day, wondering if some motherfucker trapped inside Ben Hill without any real way to get to his usual crack habit down in Knox Fleur's runoffs and all these other things. Well, certain types of monsters that can't get one fix will try to get another. Well, guess whose little girl's the only one left in there? Mine. So, to me, he wasn't getting anywhere near mine. If it was a last hurrah, if he ended up killing himself so he didn't get fucking arrested, whatever else. But, There's part of why I sat on that bank too, why I walked them, why I sat outside my fucking cabin, why I didn't get sleep, and all them predators just, they did fine, whatever. That's why you continually hear me mention Dawn's little footsteps, the gravel at night, and why I was so worried about him, why I cataloged him. But I'll tell you, that monster believes your clients there are absolute monsters. However, it didn't keep him from commingling over there. And, but I bet he didn't give you the real reason he was over there, did he? Bet you don't have real proof of that like I do you, Keys? Because you were lied to about when the last times he was there was, and why. And, the first time I met Candace was after an incident, like I said, we'll get back to, which is now part of what we're trying to all figure out. But, anyway, she was on a dirt bike with the next youngest, and I'm not gonna call names other than Summers. And, diaper full on that one, hanging off, old as the hills. And his little sippy cup, you know what it's full of? Liquor.
She talks about how this little sippy cup's full of liquor, but she doesn't contact Child Protective Services. She talks about how she goes over there and she sees Summer, right? Running around all wet, just coming out of a shower. And she sees who's behind Summer. But she calls Summer a brat instead of calling law enforcement about some creepy shit that just happened in front of her eyes, right? She don't bother to call law enforcement. She doesn't bother to call Child Protective Services. She don't bother to help this child at all. She knows and she sees all of these things. She says the boys, they're coming over to her house, right? They're coming to her house. They're stealing food. She knows these children are hungry. They're hungry, but she don't contact no authorities or anything, letting them know that there's children across the road over there starving, right? She does nothing to help nor to save these children whatsoever. But she has the audacity to tell Ernie, why don't you help me to help Summer? Bitch, you had plenty of times to help Summer, and you didn't. If you would have helped Summer when you had an opportunity, and it was plenty of them, we wouldn't be here now. But no, you didn't worry about ever helping Summer. All you care about is using Summer to help yourself. That's what you're doing. You're using her to help yourself. You used her to help yourself off that damn hill and into that trailer you're in. And yes, Jody Sue, you did say that you had to move twice. Matter of fact, I believe it was either Scott or someone else, another creator. Pretty sure it was a guy that said they had moved you. They had moved your ass to one location, and you said that Baltimore found you. You wasn't happy there, and they had moved you to a different location. I believe that that was their words, not mine, that they moved your ass twice. And you wanted them to bring the cabin off that hill. Oh my gosh, you in the hell. If you even blowed hard, that thing would fall over. What fucking cabin? Show me a cabin, because I'm going to tell you I didn't see one. I didn't see no damn cabins. What I seen was a bunch of freaking nanny shacks up there is what the hell I saw, ready to fall down on their own. And you're talking about bringing some cabin off of that hill. Matter of fact, it was Ziggy, I believe, was putting up your Cash App and trying to help you get money to supposedly move some cabin off Andy's property to some piece of land that you're supposed to have bought, or some piece of land where your family was, or some bullshit. So don't even go there, Jody Sue. You fucking used this baby for self-gain So many different times. It was pathetic. It was pathetic. You're a real piece of trash. Oh, the creator couldn't put up their cash app or accept any money when you were on their panel because, but you could put up yours, right, Jody Sue? You was able to put up yours. You were what? You thought you were a lot smarter than that creator. You thought that creator needed your ass for click, likes, and views. So, you're going to get all the donations. You didn't want them to have anything else because that would hinder your fucking cash app, is what you felt and how you was feeling. And you manipulated them. And they were easy to, and you felt they were vulnerable because they wanted you on their panel for the click, likes, and views. I'm going to tell you something. You're one manipulating bitch is what you was. And that's bullshit. I'm going to tell you now. Hell no. You tell me, oh, you can't accept nothing for this channel while my cash, I would be like, you know what? I don't need your ass nor your cash app up here. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to tell you something. You ain't going to hinder Summer's channel from freaking bringing in what it takes to mother freaking keep it running. You ain't going to do that. You keep your nasty ass just the hell off of my panel. Because you know what? Even if you tell the truth, you retract it. You retract it and you tell law enforcement it was a lie. Yeah, they came knocking at your door. And you told them that this shit that been reported to them was a bunch of lies and it ain't no law against lying to us. Only if you lie to the law. That's what you stated. You're a piece of shit, Jody Sue. We know how you work.
I know that because of, announced it like it was something to be prideful about. Because he wants something to drink. And she told him no, we couldn't have that because it had her liquor in it. Hello, new neighbor, right? And then the first day I met her, she was telling me about a church calling for Easter. And how they didn't really do that. But there was this church, and you get the free back at this one, or you could get $100 in this one, and wouldn't know if I joined. I'm like, man, I'm not into that stuff. Y'all know I'm atheist.
Yeah, you didn't need to be into that stuff, did you, Jody? So you didn't need to be into it because your old man was already taking on Don Wells' paycheck every week, right? We're going to hear that too in here. He's already getting Don's paycheck. She needed to go to a church. She needed to go to a church because all their money was coming over to your place, right? You were so pissed off because they were still able to get a bag of pizza rolls that your big ass wanted to eat and some smokes and something to drink. And you couldn't figure out how they still had any money left because you wanted it all. You wanted it all, Jody Sue. You didn't care if them kids starved. You didn't care nothing about them kids. All you cared about was yourself.
But, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, not my type of people sort of thing. And then asked if I go there just to help her. Like, no, ma'am.
Life's a dance. I'll hear something new about Ernie. Well, Ernie was from what I understood, he was supposed to get out of jail today. But I guess he got held over because he's got something in Kentucky and it's going to have to be transferred there and handle that and have that handled as well. So he still is incarcerated, waiting to be, from my understanding, transported over into Kentucky for further charges being held there against him. So, that's the most we got on Ernie. I don't know who you are, but it seems like you have been a real problem in the chat here tonight. I don't understand why. I don't understand why, you want to be You want to come and you know, life is a dance. It is a dance. And I'm going to tell you, you just got a steel-toed boot and a fucking ass off the dance floor. See ya. PG the bouncer just put you out of here. There you go. Got to go dance somewhere else now.
Anyway, what I didn't realize, nor did any of the rest of the neighbors who knew him closely, was that she was pregnant that whole time. And I have the messages.
That is BS. That is BS.
Proof when we all found out Summer existed, which was after she was born. Because in the middle of a snowstorm, here they come in February with a car seat and had to park at the end of the lane at Ben Hill and walked in with Summer because you couldn't get into the road. And I and the other neighbors immediately, they messaged me and were like, do you see this? And I was like, see what? And they were like, they just walked in with a brand new car seat.
They just walked in with a brand new car seat. What the hell are they supposed to have? What are they supposed to have, Jody Sue? You're not even allowed to bring your baby home without a car seat. What are they supposed to have? A fucking 1800 model? Like what? Maybe 1700s? Would that make you happy? Would it made you happy if they would have had one carved out of a freaking rock? Right? Oh, they got a brand new car seat. How'd they afford that, Andy? I thought you were taking it all. Wow, you guys really was making bank off the wells for a long time, right? You were really making bank. Now we know that before Summer ever even got into this world, before she ever got in this world, you were already hindering the 3 boys from ever eating, right? Summer didn't stand a chance.
I'm like, you're kidding me. We were all like, holy shit, another one. Great.
What is it your fucking business knows? What business was it of yours, Pinocchio on the other heel? Right? What does them having another kid have to do with you? Nothing. You was not his grandma. You wasn't his mama. You wasn't his auntie. You wasn't shit to that kid. You live on another hill. You don't even have to see, look at it, or anything. Why was it your business? And you sure the hell wasn't seeking no help for him. Oh shit, another kid. If it was so bad, Jody Sue, why didn't you report it when they had only 3? Why didn't you, if you're trying to say, oh, they were such horrible parents, now here comes another one. Why wasn't you doing something for the ones that were already there before this one got there? You done nothing. Nothing. And you act like, oh, shit, another one. What's that about? You didn't care to help any of them. So what was your problem? These kids didn't cost you a damn dime. They didn't cost you 1 hour of fucking being awake, day or night. They did not have nothing to do with you. So why was you over there with your freaking broomstick nose, hanging it over the heel, looking at them? What was you doing out there? Why would you bother to put on your fucking snowshoes and go out there with your big old broomstick nose in freaking a snowstorm to see what they were carrying home? I don't understand it. I can't figure that one out. It's a snowstorm and she's got her freaking nose hanging over the side of the fucking hill, looking at a brand new car seat. She had to have binoculars. She had to have fucking binoculars on too, because there's no way in hell you're going to see all of that in a snowstorm from across the road. No way in hell.
And then when I first got to meet Summer, she was rigid.
Do you got anything good to say about Summer? Do you got anything good to say? When I first got to meet Summer, she was rigid. When she wanted a towel, the stinking brat, the freaking bratty ass kid. When have you ever said anything good about Summer? Anything? I'm surprised people listen to your mouth. I am surprised that people even bother to even listen to you. You disgust me. You damn disgust me. That's what you do.
Every time you hold her, she was stiff as a board. She cried.
Maybe she just knew that you were evil bitch and didn't want you holding her. I think Summer was able to sense evilness. And you know what, Jody Sue? I don't blame her for stiffening up and wanting the hell away from you. Kid smarter. You know what, Jody Sue? She was smarter than you when she was born. Probably couldn't stand to smell your funky ass. Your radiated poo-poo behind. Shut up.
She had the fetal alcohol sitting in her ears like her siblings kind of did when they were younger.
Oh my gosh. Really? Really? I'm going to tell you what your problem was, Jody Sue. You were mother freaking jealous of those kids. Those kids put your fucking family to shame. Those kids, I seen your son. I seen your son. I really did. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you right now, that boy's face is stop a clock. And that's the truth. That's the freaking truth. And I seen your daughter. I seen your daughter. Right? You should feed her more fruits and vegetables. That's all I got to say. Feed her more fruits and vegetables, Jody Sue. Because she's starting to look like you. I think you were jealous. I think you were jealous that those kids were good-looking children. They were thin, full of light, and good-looking kids. Those 4 kids put your family to shame. They put your family photos to shame, and you know it. You know it. That's all I got to say. You were jealous of them children. Totally jealous of those kids over there. You're a sick human being. You're a sick human being. You were jealous of Don and Candace's land. You were jealous that that land belonged to them. You were jealous that it actually was cleaner than yours. It actually was. I'm going to tell you, they might have lived in hell. But I mean, it was a better part of hell than you was living in, right? Better part of hell than you lived in. And you couldn't stand it.
And obviously the whole time I had watched, but we didn't know she was pregnant. Every day drinking. So then, a few months goes by. I mean, I'm not over there. I'm not really paying attention.
Every day she was drinking. What was you doing, Jody Sue, when you swinging that ass on a pole? What was you doing? Because I know, I'm going to tell you now, I got a whole lot of girlfriends. And some of them swung their asses on poles. And I know what they was doing. Everything under the fucking sun. That's what they was doing. You really wanted to talk, Jody Sue, like you some kind of fucking saint. Bullshit.
And I go over there at a certain point for some reason, who knows, still trying to be friendly with these new neighbors I'd met and concerned for other people's children despite our own situation on there, which at that time.
Bull crap. Oh, she was trying to be concerned. Considering their own situation. What was your own situation, Jody Sue? Because I'm going to tell you something. You could tell you keep that damn hair of yours dyed up. You could tell that you keep them nails mother freaking done up. Come on. What the hell? You got that cigarettes all the time. You're always smoking. Your ass, I don't think you've ever been sober in your life either. I really don't. In my opinion, You haven't ever been sober. You slur all the time. You slur all the time. And who in the hell? You do 24-hour lives. Girl, you got to have that ass on something to be staying up like that. I heard that some people been saying you have done freaking 48. You've gone 2-3 days. How the hell does somebody stay awake 2-3 days, Jody Sue? Come on. You got your own problems. Maybe you should be sticking your Pinocchio nose up your own backside. Make some changes in your own life and quit going around sticking it in other people's. Because even if you stick it in other people's, it don't do no good. It doesn't do no good for you to stick your nose over in Candace's backside because you ain't going to report nothing. You ain't going to help the situation any way, form, or how. So why the hell do you bother to stick your nose in other people's business? I don't know. I don't know. You know, that ain't a habit I've got. I don't have a habit of sticking my nose in anybody's damn business. If it doesn't concern me, I leave it alone. But I tell you this, while I'm minding my business and I saw some children being abused, I'm going to turn it in, Jody Sue. I'm going to turn it in. If I know a child ain't getting the proper care, I'm going to turn it in. I'm going to at least be able to lay down and sleep at night knowing I done the right thing. Now, whether CPS does the right thing or not, I'm going to do the right thing, Jody Sue. You didn't. You didn't. You can't even say, I call CPS. It's all on them. They dropped the ball. You can't say that. You dropped the ball, Jody Sue, because you didn't even report it. You didn't even report it, not once. You sat here, you know what you're really telling us? You ain't telling us nothing about Don and Candace. You're telling us everything about you. You're telling us you knew all this stuff and you done nothing to help any of those children. That's what you're telling us. Just saying. That's what I'm getting out of it.
Everything was going pretty smoothly for a few years on our hill. It was one of the rare times. Lasted 3 or 4 years in a row. So it was calm my way. So at that point, I guess I had the ability to throw stones. Either way. You know, their well water was straight sulfur. Bad. To where when you turned it on, and that's nobody's fault in there. Well water is well water. You know, each one's different. But if it's this bad and discolored, you go get bottled water. Especially for a baby. Nope. And I was standing there watching as it wasn't formula, but a little bit of milk, mostly water, and oatmeal. For one that was not even, you know, a few weeks old, like a month or two. And I was like, holy, like hell, you can't do that. You're gonna hurt that baby, you know? Like, no. Man. So, formula I had, you know, they send you mail for like 25 years after you have a child. I happen to have a son. I gave it to him. After that, I guess they, whatever, contact was intermittent off and on throughout the years, depending on. But
She gave him 25-year-old milk. 25-year-old milk. There's no way in hell, Jody Sue, that you could have gave him milk from when you had a child. No way in hell. It would have been expired, and that would have had Summer in a hospital. No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And if you did, then Candace was smart enough to put it in the garbage. She was smart enough to throw that shit away and not give it to her baby.
There's also a reason my kids and theirs never really hang out, because it was like, you know, it wasn't their faults, you see. I knew it wasn't their faults. They couldn't help that, couldn't help how they were being raised or done or anything like that. But, I don't even know that the other hill realizes. But I know at first I thought, well, they don't have money to feed them. They don't have this, they don't have that. So I would bring groceries over, I'd do whatever, So would other neighbors, churches, whatever. But then you start to realize over a length period that there's all kinds of money. Just like there's always all kinds of money. Man, even Andy could bring in like 1,000 plus a week and they would still be able to drop more and afford more. But you'd watch in the evenings as a liquor.
Do you hear that? Right there. She said, this is where she says that they were giving Andy 1,000 plus more a week.
It wasn't their faults, you see. I knew it wasn't their faults. They couldn't help that, couldn't help how they were being raised or done or anything like that. But,
it wasn't their fault. It was, I know it wasn't their fault. It's not their fault. What the hell are you talking? These are children, man. These were children. Freaking, at that time, Jody Sue, these were kids that were freaking like 7, 6, 5, newborn. These were little bit, all of these kids were under 10 years old. Not even close to 10. The oldest one would have been like what? Maybe 6 or 7? When Summer was born, and you're saying, oh, I know it's not their fault. It's not their fault. Oh my God. Really? No, it's your fault. It's your fault for not reporting it. It's your fault for seeing all these ugly things. It's your fault for not telling. But you wanted to keep that 1,000 plus something coming in a month, didn't you? Or, oh, I'm sorry, a week. You said a week.
I don't even know that the other hill realizes. But I know at first I thought, well, they don't have money to feed them. They don't have this, they don't have that. So I would bring groceries over, I'd do whatever, So would other neighbors, churches, whatever. But then you start to realize over a length period that there's all kinds of money. Just like there's always all kinds of money. Man, even Andy could bring in like 1,000 plus a week and they would still be able to drop more and afford more. But you'd watch in the evenings as the liquor was bought and as the cigarettes were bought and this and the other and case beer, but then like a box of off-brand Q corn dogs, right? And
Corn dogs. That's what it was. Corn dogs. Now, Jody Sue, you say Andy was getting 1,000 plus something a week. Because Don gets paid by the job. He gets paid by the job, like him and Dudley. Him and Dudley was working, and they worked for like 3 to 4 weeks to get the job done. And then Don collected the monies, which was around $4,000 that he had put in the bank. He got $3,000, and it was close to about $4,000 that he got from the job him and Dudley was doing. And he owed Dudley $1,200 of that money that was supposed to be $1,200. Now Don gets paid by the job, not by the week. He gets paid by the job. So he obviously puts his money in a bank, and he's coming over, and you're saying his habit was 1,000 plus some a week. And you was upset that they could still afford a few little things. because you wanted that too. And it wasn't, I'm sorry, it wasn't pizza rolls. It wasn't pizza rolls. I had that wrong. Yeah.
Not even enough in totality for the entire family. I sat down the bar like it was some great fucking feat. But then when there was a new engine that needed to be bought, or okay, here's that money immediately available, same day, thousands of dollars.
So Donnie, you was watching Don and Candace's pocketbook. That's what you had your nose stuck in, was their pocketbook. Where's all this money coming from? Wow. And it was your old man supplying the 1,000+ some a week's worth of. I'm going to tell you, ain't nobody on the face of this earth. There's no way, Jody Sue, that your old man said the only thing he sold was goody good. The only thing he sold was goody good. At that time, a whole pound would have been about half of what you're talking about. At that time, a whole pound would have only been, even the best, around six for a pound. You could have got 2 pounds for what you're talking about. And I know that Don and Candace ain't smoking up no 2 pounds of goody good at that particular time. No way in hell. And I mean, even now, you could get a pound for probably, I say 1,000 to 1,200. If it's really goody good shit, maybe a little more. But back then, oh hell no. So you had to be selling more. You guys had to be selling way more than just some goody good shit. With that rolling out. What I'm trying to say is, could somebody cut a straw in half, please? Could somebody roll up the dollar bill? Right? Could somebody get the mirror out? Right? Because I think we're talking about something different than just some goody good here. At that kind of money. I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to figure that one out.
Wouldn't leave her with any money, but had a bank account. And we always thought we'd
So you have more than one bank account, huh? Seems like you have more than one bank account. You must have really been sticking your nose in their business.
Inheritance is the other, although we're told there are other things that have been for.
Who was you married to, Jody Sue? Andy or oh, you wasn't married to nobody. I forgot that. Yeah, nobody married you. But whose girlfriend was you? Andy's or Don's? Because I'm not sure whose wallet you had your nose in the most.
A while now.
Wow. There you go. Right? Jody Sue, always a bridesmaid, not ever the bride. Right? That's what it sounds like to me. You know, I guess men just don't want somebody getting down in their birthday suit, wiping their backside on them. You know? She shouldn't have had that bad habit, and somebody may have married her. I don't know. Right? Just saying. I don't think that's a smart thing to do. I don't think that's a very intelligent thing to do. Who the hell does that? I don't know. You know? I don't know, Jody Sue. I heard they came a knocking, but they didn't get in. All right. I heard they come a knocking, but they couldn't get in. And they was happy they didn't too. I heard Ronnie was wiping the sweat off his head like, damn, I was scared she's gonna open that door. I didn't want that. We lucked out today, Pruitt. Right? We lucked out. Let's bicycle back. Right? Only way they could take their time getting there and you know, and the only way they could get away without being seen. Yeah. They knew what they was doing. Right? They knew what they was doing. That's what I heard. Looky here. Looky there. Bestest friends. Right? Bestest friends singing their song. Right? Our song is the slam and scream door, sneaking out late, tapping on your window. And on the phone we talk real low, so Jody Sue won't know. All right. So Jody Sue won't know. Jody Sue didn't know they were besties until today. Right? She didn't know. That's their favorite song right there, folks. I sung it for you. Look at them. They all happy. They all happy. Right? Fred's like, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you're away from all of that. I'm so glad you're away from Radiated Poo Poo Island. Right? Now I can hug you and hold you. Your clothes finally smell clean. Right? Come on, bro. Let me give you a big hug. Yeah. What can I say? What can I say? Andy's like, you know, Brad, your arms are empty. Thank goodness. I'm afraid they might be full of Ziggy. Andy gonna get there before Ziggy does. All right. I'm gonna tell you, this case, you gotta put some humor in it, you all. You gotta put some humor in it. You don't put some humor in it, it'd just be too much. It'd be too much. Just saying. You know, these people can really these people, you could either get the humor out of it or it's gonna make you angry, right? It's gonna make you angry. And I don't like to get angry. I just want Summer's case solved. I just want it solved. And, you know, and I think it will be. I think it will be. I just wanted to give everyone an update and a reminder, you know, that a whole lot of truth's been told. A whole lot of truth's been told. And a whole lot of truth's been reneged on, right? Because that's what they do. That's what they do. Confession is good for the soul. They're confessing, baby, and then they're lying about their confessions, right? They're lying about their confessions. But God knows. God knows. And like I said, I think Summer, I do believe that Summer's up in there somewhere. I truly believe that she is somewhere inside that Ben Hill Road. Absolutely. They want her where they can keep an eye. They want her where they can. These are the type of people, I'm telling you, these are the type of people that they want to hide. They want to hide everything where they can see it. That's just the type of folks they are. You know, they don't feel, they're not the type of people who feel safe with something being somewhere else. They want what they need to watch where they can watch it, where they can see it. They want to know. They want to know when it's found, right? They want to know. They want to be there when it's found. That's what I'm saying. That's why they're going to keep it close. They're afraid. They're afraid to have something where they can't keep an eye on it. That's all I'm saying. Because this is the type of people they are. So I truly believe that, you know, that yes, this baby is somewhere in the vicinity. Just saying. So sorry about that, you guys. Justice for you. Mods, I'm sorry if I done something wrong tonight. Life's a dance, but I did reread what she said, and she said she believed Jody Sue Brown was questioned good by law enforcement. She said, sorry, I will always stand up. Jody Sue Brown, and I'm telling you, I got it right out of the horse's mouth. Trust me. That Jody Sue Brown got a knock on her door and asked about some of the things she said out here that were very disturbing. And she told law enforcement that as long that she can lie to whoever she wants to, as long as she's not lying to them. And she retracted what she had said out here in the YouTube community with law enforcement. So, with that being said, and Jody Sue Brown has not ever took a lie detector's test, or has she ever offered to take one. That's a lie as well. Hey, Mindy, I appreciate it. Super sticker. All right. Girl, I appreciate your support for Summer's channel. God bless. Absolutely, Brat. Mindy, thank you for supporting Summer's channel. God bless. Amen. Absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, Jody Sue has not really cooperated with law enforcement. She did tell them about this scream and get herself on the news. And Ronnie Lawson, you know, Scream On found it. He didn't believe her at all. He didn't believe that that scream was truth from the time she said it. And don't think that Ronnie doesn't know that Candace asked her to move the screen, right? Don't think they don't know. And the feds is in this. And I'm going to tell you, there isn't one conversation that Don and Candace doesn't have that wasn't being listened to during that time. So, they wasn't no text going, they wasn't no phone conversations going, they wasn't nothing going that, that they wasn't listening to. They know Jody Sue is full of BS. I think that they also know that this case is a lot, longer and a lot broader than, what they expected at the beginning. Didn't believe Jody Sue Brown or her kids about the scream. Absolutely. Ronnie didn't. He didn't. We are Summer's Army. Hey, girl. Arctic, that is beautiful. I appreciate it. But yeah, Jody Sue Brown, I believe she did tell. I do believe she told the truth a few times. I think she, I think she did cough up the truth when Andy came off that hill and moved in with his girlfriend. When Andy left her high and dry, and she was talking about, him seeing Summers on live body. I think that was true stuff that did go down in their household. I do. I believe that. And when Andy put a ring on this other woman's finger, when he married this, put the ring on her, engaged with her, and get ready to marry her, and she comes flying out, right? She comes flying out saying, you go over there and you asked him what he was, selling to them kids and what he was giving, selling to Candace to sedate those children. Besides, and she said, besides the goody good, right? And I'm not talking about the goody good, she said. Besides that, what was he, to sedate those little girls? Not just Summer, but other little girls. I believe she was telling the truth. Because why? She was a scorned woman. Scorned as hell. She was pissed, baby. And she was letting it out. She was letting it out on him. But she wouldn't tell law enforcement this. I mean, it does no good if she doesn't tell law enforcement, right? I mean, they need her testimony. They need her, to be willing to testify to these things. And she ain't gonna do it. She ain't gonna do it because she don't want to end up like Cotton. She don't want to end up, right? She don't want to end up like Summer did. She don't want to end up like Cotton did. She don't want to end up like Allie did and Leslie and a few others. The list goes on here. From people, people are dropping like flies around Summer's case, right? Just is what it is. And Jody Sue, she likes to run that mouth, but she ain't got enough ass to back it. She ain't got enough ass to back it up. She's a coward. She'd like to do something, but she's too afraid. She ain't the big hard ass you think she is. I'm going to tell you, a hard ass would have been at the sheriff's office. A hard ass would have already told everything they knew, and a hard ass would have had this case solved, right? They'd have been pushing it to be done. They'd have put it all on the table. She ain't no hard ass. Mama PG, you're amazing. Mods, You are all amazing. All we so appreciate that justice for you. We appreciate that. God bless. We appreciate your kind words and your caring. That's beautiful to see. Listen, you guys, PG's on my way out of here. I'm on my way out of here. I wanna let everybody that showed up here tonight. I want you to know how much I appreciate each and every one of you. I want you to remember that you're always essential, not disposable. I don't want you guys going anywhere, taking no one's crap. Don't let people lead you in any way, form, or how to push you to believe things that you don't want to believe. We don't do that. We don't do that. And you know, just know, I want you to just know how valuable you are in this life. I want you to know your worth. I want each one of you to know your worth and how much, you know, how kind and caring and loving, respectful. You're good folks. You're good people. You're good people. You know, you truly care. You're truly Summer's Army. You truly care about this baby. You truly stand up for what's righteous. You're a voice for the voiceless. Don't let anyone mistreat you. Do not. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. And let people, because you show people you are the one responsible. You're showing people how to treat you. Stand up for yourself. They do. If people don't care how they talk to you, then please don't care how you talk to them. I'm going to tell you, you got to put people in their place. When people's mean to you, you got to put them in their place. You don't need people like that in your life. You can do just fine without them. They ain't going to respect you, love and respect you, and give you the kindness, caring, and respect that you deserve. You don't need them in your life anyway. I want you to always know that you are essential in the YouTube world and out of it. Even in the real world, you are amazing. Remember that. Remember that. And remember that PG told you, don't put up with nobody's crap. Let people know they're not going to disrespect you. They're not going to talk mean or bad to you. If they can't treat you with the same respect that you treat them, then they need to start stepping. And don't stop. And don't stop. Because you don't need that shit. Tell them that, you know, surround yourself with the people who do treat you with the utmost love, kindness. They're the ones that deserve. They're the ones that deserve you. The ones that treat you with love, kindness, and respect, those are the ones you want to be around. Those are the ones that deserve your attention. Don't give it to anybody else. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. Let those other people go. Let them go. Keep the ones who truly love and care about you. Because I'm going to tell you, when you're off chasing people not worth chasing, the ones who truly love you, they're going to get gone. Don't lose the ones that truly love you trying to chase something that don't. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Know who to treat right in this life, and, you know, and the ones that should get a steel-toed boot. Took PG a while to figure that one out. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did, you guys, because my life's a lot better. A lot better, a lot happier. PG's going to say good night, but not before I ask you to pray for Summer Moon, Utah Wells. We don't ever go out of here without asking for prayer for her. From our lips to God's ears. Keep those prayers going up, because I do know that through Jesus Christ, God hears everything. He hears our prayers, you guys. And he is going to pull us to the light. He said nothing's done in the dark that won't get pulled to the light. You will not get away with evilness on this earth. God will. God will expose you. We just got to keep praying that the evil beings in all of this get exposed. Let us pray that this baby is found, brought home, and justice is served in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. And pray for the other missing children as well. So many, so many. Keep those prayers going up for Michael Vaughn. Keep those prayers going up for Elijah Vu. Keep them going up for little Sebastian Rogers. Keep them going up for these missing kids. And keep them going up for the children who are right now in the middle of getting justice. Keep them going up for that as well. I wanted to share something I had seen. Something I had seen last night on a movie. Actually, it was on a movie, but I'll do that. I'll save it for when we come back. When we come back the next time, because it would take a while, and we all want to get some rest. But I will share that with you the next time I am in here. I got a few things I'd like to share with you. So I will be doing that when we come back. I'm going to let everybody know. I won't be back in here until probably Saturday, maybe Sunday. So with that being said, I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss you all. I definitely am. I will be checking in on Summer's Facebook. I'll be checking in, and you can find me there off and on over the next few days, because I will keep checking in there and seeing if there's any messages or anything going on. But I just won't be in the evenings. I just want to let you know, so you guys can take a mini vacation as well. And not have to worry about looking for PG every night. So I like I said, I'll be back, God willing, Saturday and Sunday. I'll be back one of those nights. So keep on keeping on for these missing kids. Keep being the voice that you are, and know how much you're loved. PG loves you. I tell you that right now. And before we go out of here, I'm going to pray for you. And I hope that you all continue to pray for each other, and PG too, if you get a chance. But I'd rather you send my prayers up for Summer than for me. And that's the truth. That's the God's honest truth. I'd rather the prayers go up for her than for PG. I don't know what anyone in here needs, but you know what? This is how you pray for folks. Father, I know you're listening. And in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, I pray that these people in this chat tonight, the ones that are truly here for the right reasons, who love this baby and are help searching for her and finding all the information for her and doing all they can for her. Lord, I don't know what they want, but I sure pray. I pray in your name, Jesus. And Father, I pray to you in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, that all of their prayers are answered. I pray that their prayers are answered, God, in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. I don't know what you needed. I don't know what you wanted, but God did. And I'm going to tell you, I'm sure that over the next few days, these prayers will be answered if they were righteous. If they were righteous prayers, they will be answered. God can't answer prayers if you're, what I'm saying is, God can't answer prayers that, sometimes unanswered prayers are the best, but, like what I'm trying to say is, if you hope your neighbor twisted their foot, I can't ask God to give you that, right? I can't ask God to give somebody just praying for their neighbor to twist their foot. I can't do that, but I do pray. If there's things you need, and things you want, I do pray God answers your prayers. And you know what? You're going to see over the next few days. You're going to see that PG, when I be praying to God and I be asking God for things, you're going to see these. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. You know why? Because I truly believe that God answers prayers. Let me tell you, PG has faith, baby. I have faith, and I know when I ask God for something, it's going to be coming. It's going to be answered. So you know what? Please, please know that you've already got it. I don't know what you were praying for, what you were needing, what you were wanting, but know you got it, and you will. There you go. Listen, keep praying for Summer, because God is giving us the answers. You think he's not? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I know God's answering. He's answering little by little because we know a lot more now than we knew before. So God is solving this case, you guys. He's solving it. Maybe not the way we want him to, all at once, but he is. He's pulling it to the light. He's pulling it to the light. And we're learning. We're learning. What we want is to know what happened to Summer. I think we pretty much know this. What we don't know is why, and what we don't know is where she's at. Those are the only two things we don't know. But we're going to. We're going to, because I know God's going to give those answers as well. He's already gave everything else. I think he's going to give the rest. So keep them prayers going up. Good night. God bless. Much love, everybody.